I am a hobby hoe. What the hell? Am I going to keep knitting? I've officially decided that screen time is the reason why I can't sleep at night. Groundbreaking. But seriously, between you and me, I need every single minute of sleep I can get, especially as a new mum. But then I fell onto Knit Talk, and it actually kind of looks relaxing. So I am challenging myself to teach myself how to knit. So as a crafty girl, I am so excited to make something with my hands, to make my own clothes, and like live out my Pinterest dreams, as well as being able to sleep again. I guess I just really miss having a hobby that's my own, especially now that I'm a mom. I have very little time to like sit and read, so I just really want a hobby that is easy to do. I can pick it up and put it down anytime I want based on what my baby needs from me, and something that's just my own, you know, something to make me feel excited and crafty again. The number one reason why I want to knit actually is because I saw this picture of an influencer and her baby wearing a strawberry hat, and I thought my baby has to wear this strawberry hat, and I can make that gene. So I decided that I'm just going to knit it myself. So let's see if knitting really is like a cozy hobby that I can do during nap times instead of doom scrolling my brain cells away. I actually found a free pattern on Pinterest, and looking at it now, it looks kind of hard. This is actually not my first time trying to knit. I have knit before in primary school and in high school, and I never committed to it. But at one stage in my life, I did know how to do a knit stitch. But looking at this pattern now, don't really know what I'm doing. It's asking for a specific cast on, which is like the stitch that you need to start a project that I have never ever done before. Am I being delusional right now?
Age 0 or even long lasting. So needle instead of a finger.
Here I am saying that I know how to cast on, but the pattern asks for a different type of cast on, and it's meant to be stretchier, which makes sense for a hat. But I'm like, what? I'm trying to follow a tutorial, but I have no idea. It has been 30 minutes. I have watched multiple YouTube videos, and I have a grand total of 1 cast on. So I'm just gonna take a nap and come back. Like, this is too hard. Let's talk a little bit about my knitting journey, because I think saying that I've never knitted before is a bit of a lie. I have been trying to learn to knit since high school. Every year, I always pick up like a new hobby every season, and I feel like I have tried to pick up knitting so many times, but it's always something about it that makes me not follow through. And I think it's just because it is so hard to become coordinated to do things with like both your hands. I have done crochet before, and I actually made like quite a few things. Like I used to crochet little shirts for my dog. I've also made blankets, but that really wasn't a passion of mine because I wasn't that excited about the projects. But knitting always fascinated me because I loved like seeing sweaters and cardigans that people make, and they always just look so beautiful. But it was just too hard because I have a baby now, and making baby things is so much easier because they're just so much smaller. I am so motivated to learn how to knit. And something about me as well is that I hate touching wool when it's hot. Like I feel so overstimulated. So if I don't finish a project by the end of winter, like best believe I am ditching that project because like I can't touch it again. But I really do want to get into the really colorful sweaters. I do want to do like color work. There's so much that I want to knit. These are some pictures I see on my Instagram, and I'm like, oh my god, like I really imagine wearing that, like, and you made it. Like, how amazing. And I think because this is like my 10th time attempting to learn how to knit, I've actually started to get into a rhythm of it. And last night we were watching Severance. Side note, oh my god, like how did it take us so long to watch Severance? It's so good. But whilst I was watching, I was knitting, and it's actually so good to be able to do something like low-key mindlessly. Like it makes me feel really productive whilst I'm like relaxing and hanging out with Will. So, you know, it's like a win-win kind of hobby. Oh, the baby was taking a nap and now she's up. And I'm halfway through a row, and I feel like if I put it down, I'm gonna forget where I'm up to in the row because I'm obviously not a good knitter, but duty calls. It's been a few days and I have an update. This is what we are at now. We have now done essentially the whole body. Some issues I've come across. So I didn't want to cut the white thread because I didn't want to have to sew it back. Weave in the ends, that's what I meant. But by doing that, I tried to carry up the white thread. It actually made a really big gap where the magic loop connected. I hope that makes sense. Last night I was feeling a little discouraged. I felt like I didn't really like the work so much. But now that I'm seeing it under daylight, I'm actually pretty happy with it. So the hat is officially completed. Okay, this is not the best hat ever, but I still love it so much. Like there is actually so much I can improve on. But regardless, I am so proud of myself for committing to a project. But the question that remains is, am I going to keep knitting? Yes, I am. This is probably the best and most fun hobby I've ever tried. And I think the most like mum specific benefit of this project is that you literally can pick it up and put it down at any time. You can sit and knit when you're nap trapped. You can sit and knit 2 rows and then have to put it down because your baby is crying. It is such an easy to pick up and put down kind of hobby that I can do it anywhere. And then as a mum, that is such an important thing when it comes to picking a hobby. So I really feel like knitting is the perfect mum hobby. And in terms of relaxing, honestly, it was a challenge at the beginning when you're learning the stitches, how to read a pattern, but it's also not like the hardest hobby I've ever tried. Once you get used to it, your brain just switches off and your body just does its thing, which means that it is so relaxing. I have not had issues with sleeping ever since I picked up knitting. I am no longer doom scrolling. The only social media that I'm really looking at now is Pinterest. I want to find inspiration of things I want to make next. It is such a liberating feeling to turn your focus away from what everyone else is doing and just turn into yourself and get busy with your hands. So I am not a hobby toe tipper. I am a hobby hoe. And this is a bag filled with yarn from all the projects I want to make next. And my like want to make wish list is actually insane now. I love knitting. I plan to make a lot more bonnets for my baby. I want to make us matching cardigans. And if you're seeing this video, I want you to start knitting as well. It is literally the funnest thing, the funnest hobby. All right, thank you so much for joining me today. If I have successfully convinced you to start knitting, please subscribe and stick around. Like I would love to start making knitting content because this is my entire personality now. Welcome. I am Kobe, I am a knitter. This is my whole life now. All right, see you next time.